Welcome, Chosen One.
What is up, assholes? Welcome back to another Gwent video. The lads. When was the last time I played dwarves? It's been quite a while. It usually goes quite a while between each time because I'm scared. Whenever I want to play dwarves, I look at the current meta we're in and I think, wow, dwarves are gonna get fucked. And I've seen people try dwarves, and it's like, it is dwarves. It's definitely dwarves, but there's also Heatwave. Now, I don't mind Heatwave as a card. I honestly don't. But I don't want to make room in my dwarf deck for a Heatwave. Because as you can see, this deck is packed to the brim with dwarves. Now, Zoltan Scoundrel recently, as in yesterday at least, as of recording this, got a buff from 10 provisions to 8. And it just so happened that the main thing missing from my dwarf deck was a good 8 provision dwarf. Because obviously Sheldon Skaggs is not an option, and Dennis Cranmer is just a worse Zoltan Scoundrel, and now they even cost the same. So Dennis Cranmer buff, please win. But Zoltan Scoundrel can be worth up to 13 points for 8 provisions. You do have the Agitator in case you're playing against Swarm, like Araka Swarm. It's a nice tech option to have. But you can just use the Duda Companion to boost a row full of dwarfs. Up to 13 points from this man. And he is a Zoltan, which counts for Zoltan's company, giving armor to all the dwarves on its row. Very good. The recent buff to Royal Decree, also very nice. I have been wanting a tutor in here, and I think Call of the Forest, much like Royal Decree pre-buff, it's so overcosted. Paying 10 provisions for this, it feels bad. Like, I don't care about the +1 boost, especially in dwarves. Like, these guys don't need a +1 boost. No. They just need to be tutored out of the deck so they can do their thing. And Royal Decree at 9 provisions slides right into the spot that I needed at. Otherwise, it is the same stuff as you've seen many times in the past. Munro, Zoltan, Bruver, Norgarian Justice, both of the Resilience dwarves. Yarpen got a power buff a few patches back, so he's now 10 points immediately with Mock and Forge, with potential for more. Which is not amazing, but it's not bad either. I don't think it's bad. Dwarven Chariot, just to give some armor. Not sure how good this is, but it does pair well with Bruver at least. Getting the Bruver to boost all of our boys and not just some of them. Dwarven Mercenary, also fairly recently got a buff to 4 provisions. I mean, dwarves have always had spectacular 4 provision cards, and this one actually does pale a little bit in comparison. But I'm thinking, opposed to something like Maka Marauder, right? Where the first one is worth 6 points, and the other one could be worth 8 points if you play them in the same round. Why not just play 2 7s that don't care about being in the same round? Ideally, we don't play these at all. But if we do have to, 7 for 4 is not bad. And Power Attack Minor, Markham Guard, classic bronze core for dwarves. I don't know. I expect to get wrecked, but we are still early in the season, playing in rank 3, so maybe we have some luck. Obviously, this would not fare well against a lot of, meta stuff. Because we don't have Heatwave. We don't have Tall Punish. Against, Scoia'tael spells, we cannot deal with their greedy elf bronzes. We can't deal with their Harrow Gourd. Against You know, something like Melusine, which I know is not a top tier deck, but against that, we can't deal with the Melusine, dude. You just gotta take it up the farther. At least we can tank the rain a little bit. Like, the armor does help against a lot of matchups, but I don't think it's enough. Is it gonna be elves? Spelves? I think so. So you're about to see how poorly this can go. And even going first, so that there's no winning on even and bleeding out Gort. We're probably just gonna get wrecked. We do have this. This is like the one card that might actually be able to deal with one of their engines. Or one of their greedy cards, rather. And there's a carryover unit as well. Honestly, I wouldn't have minded just the second Pyro attack in this matchup. Unfortunately, it will give him access to his leader. Oh, and yeah, Feign Death. We can't deal with that. I would love if dwarves got like some artifacts, like a Mahakam location, a couple more artifacts, and then we could play Bearification. Oh, this is no unit? If it's no unit, then maybe we stand a chance here. Yeah, that's not nearly as scary. I mean, the few units we have that are susceptible to being murdered, they will be. We have some stuff that doesn't really care. Good. Do I move the Matic? Is there anything else worth moving in this deck? There can't be. Can't be.
Just let me reach the bridge. The bridge, I beg you.
Wish I had some more dwarfs. I know my hand is filled with dwarfs, but I honestly wish I had more. Just a few more dwarfs. Not great for my opponent there. Not great at all. But you love to see it. Yeah. Okay, power attack. I was gonna say you got another one, but I don't think he does, because he had the Oneiromancy for that first one. Which is a good feeling. Alright, I do need to swarm some dwarves here. Although I have some cards that I think are a bit too committal, to be honest. Becker's Rock Slide. Wouldn't be the first time. It happens. Alright, that's good. He lost 2 points to make me lose 3 points, so that was a 1-point order, making that a 5-point card. Dimeridan Bomb. Not too shabby. If I do this and he has Heat Wave, is that bad? Probably is. Or actually just, no, he's just gonna Purify it. Didn't even blow up his Matic first. What, are you giving up? Now, I know keeping these is kind of the way to go in terms of setting up Brewer, but I didn't want to spend more provisions. My opponent was playing bronzes, for God's sake. Alright, Dormant Chariot. Zoltanius. Justice. What type of round are we looking for against this? The real question is, am I able to bleed out Gord? Am I able to bleed and not fall behind by a card? I mean, I have Zoltan, like, I kind of have to. Slightly contradictory there. I want to get greedy, you know? I want more armor, more dwarves, bigger Brewer. And then Brewer gets heat waved and I don't give a shit because he already played for like 14 points. Save your lemons. Save your lemons. When life gives you lemons. See, if I just had a heat wave in this deck right now, would this match not just have been won? I mean, maybe it already is. Like, I think we're good in this matchup. I think. Ooh. Ooh, yes. That's what Daddy wants. Didn't even brick my volunteers. Not that they would be bricked. Not at all bricked. It's just this is better. This is pretty good. Sucks about the Zoltan, but I mean, it's still an 8-point play. It's a dwarf with a lot of armor. It matters. Alright, lads. Let's get to work. Don't forget to spray your faces, boys. We're going into battle. Yes. The opponent thinks that a saber-toothed tiger can stop the lads. The opponent is wrong. Because Zoltan brought friends. The opponent thinks immunity will stop the lads. Just gotta think, this is 6, 7, 8, yeah. He thinks immunity will stop the lads. But the lads brought random pings, dude. I mean, it's pretty good. 9-point lock. Not bad. That also means that Dwarf will keep its armor forever, which makes Brewer more fun. Okay, the match suddenly got a lot less fun. I mean, there's got to be a nature card in your hand, right? Which you could have played first. There's the Heat Wave. Well, you know, I traded up 6 points and only down 1 provision. Brewer good, confirmed? I think so. Epic misplay there, by the way. Him killing Brewer was exactly what I needed to fit both of my row stack dwarves on the row. Alright, please kill one. I'm begging you. But this is such a good opportunity to use my leader. I have to. Oh yeah, it takes damage. Well, it only took 1 damage. Next turn. It may take 1 more. I mean, he's got to use his leader at some point. That might let him kill something on my row. Hopefully with the help of some Cataclysm there. Yeah, my last 2 plays were definitely out of sequence. They were not good. Alright, he is definitely going to kill a dwarf on my melee row. I should care. Oh god, that's not the dwarf I expected him to kill. Don't... Why would you kill that? Okay, yes, you're not killing that. Good. Sorry, I panicked there for a second. I would have pinged this, though. Maybe it doesn't matter, but like, I think it would have mattered a little bit. It ends up not mattering, but technically it could have. Wait, would it? Because he could have hit it now. Okay, no, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. No mistake made there. I apologize. I mean, you have a Herald Gord that is not going to be 20 points. Am I correct? 12 for 7. 12 for 7. What is this weak play? Where's the 20-point core, huh? You're playing the wrong deck, buddy. Although I'm glad he was playing that deck, because I don't know if I could have beaten the other one. Alright, so the lads, obviously, against hard control like that thrives on denying the opponent the possibility of interacting with their units, that's a matchup where the lads are good. Like, they have good matchups. It's just, I don't think they have the overall power level to survive in other matchups. Like, against the greedy deck, Like, yes, a deck like Dwarves should struggle against a greedy deck. No doubt. But I think there should be more control-oriented Dwarf decks possible. Maybe just bombs with Matic, I don't know. But like through clever playing, you know, committing extra hard round 1 to bleed round 2, like, all matchups should be possible because of the round system. Is all I'm saying. Not Flurry, not Flurry. Damn it, it's Flurry. Ignoring their armor. You do not ignore the armor of the dwarves, buddy. You do not. I'll ignore your armor, dude. The rest of his damage should not ignore armor, so that's good. Round 1 Justice. It's pretty good. We could move an Uncrate Longship if they have that, or a Brockwar Hunter. I mean, if he plays Matic, just moving Matic could also be fun. But just moving that is worth potentially so many points. But yeah, back to what I was saying about, you know, overcommitting or committing extra hard round 1. And, you know, even greedy matchups being potentially winnable. Like, that's the thing about the provision system and the round system. Like, if you commit more provisions round 1, then you can maybe compensate for the extra greed that the opponent has. Maybe still win. And then, you know, use the round system to your advantage and win even a tough matchup because, you know, you knew when to commit extra. And I think that's very interesting. I think it's very cool. And I think that's just how it should be. Like that's just one of the things that I think make Gwent really interesting. And I'm just saying, I feel like it hasn't, like that element hasn't been all that present in later times. Does this version have Matic? Because the great swords and megascopes usually come with Matic, but that doesn't ignore armor, right? Good. Very good. Let's just make sure everybody has armor. Except for this rowdy dwarf. I mean, he's rowdy. You can't put armor on a rowdy man. You can. I probably will later. Just saying. I mean, Herkia is also unusual, so it could just be a completely different thing. You go, Polly girl. You got this. Yarpen would actually be kind of insane here, wouldn't he? With all this armor generation? I mean, I should have just put it on him. But I'll be honest, I forgot I had him in my hand. And my hand was right there. Yes! Finally someone else playing Verification. I love it. It's such a dope card. I'll take a turn off. Just to chill. Have a good time. Alright. Pretty big tempo for such a small man, says the guy playing dwarves. But I myself am a big man, both in terms of fat and height. Do we just keep doing this? Next turn, if everything goes according to plan, 12-point dwarf. Do I give him armor? Like, I realize that my cards here are really screwed. But I think my opponent keeps playing.
Send as many lackeys as you like. I'll send them all back in pieces.
Definitely a card you should have played sooner. I mean, I can pass here. He wins a card down, but he can't dry pass. I mean, he can, but I don't care. Like, these are valuable cards. I'm not going to waste them. If he's not actually going to deal with Gabor, I'll take it. Yeah, I lost the round. But I won the resilience game. You got a resilience totem. Got a resilient Gabor. Excuse me. Again with the useless Zoltan, dude. Unless, of course, he pushes me. Then I can have it be useful. God, resilient dwarf engine. It's beautiful. I love this card. I wish I could play 2 of it. That's a good Bear Witcher. It's a good Bear Witcher. That's a less good Bear Witcher. I think. Zoltan here gets me ahead. Boost this by 1, boost this by 1, boost both by 2. Hopefully, like, his removal is just damage oriented. And he can't get past Zoltan. That would be lovely. Poor Gabor, man. There he goes. Oh, what do we do? Do I play this? I mean, this is 10, 11, 12. It's not enough unless I spend leader. This is 7, 8, 19. my leader isn't worth the most in the world, you know? I'd rather have an extra car. Yeah, that is perfectly correct thinking. I still have a Zoltan, so Zoltan's company will still give armor if I draw it. That's really good. That's really good. Alright. Not as good.
Have you seen a fuse lying about, have you?
Good. We need more ways to spawn rowdy dwarfs. We need it. Oh god.
Let's get this over with. What are you gonna do, huh?
It's fine. Yeah, I'm suddenly falling behind a little bit here. Not gonna lie. Let's just hope an extra card and 4 points of carryover is enough. It's not. Oh god. Barclay for 6.
I've got to get this stinking mess in order.
I think I have to play Brewer now. Oh god, no! Please don't get both. Okay. I think I have to play Brewer now and just hope that he sticks. Heimdall hit armor without actually taking it off. Almost, almost. Shit. 1, 2, 3. Right? It was 1, 2, 3. Damn it. That was close. That was close, but it's card advantage and 4 points of carryover. I mean, like Brewer, not just Brewer himself, but also the setup required for him. It's like it's vulnerable to removal, unlike most of our decks. So a control deck is gonna do it. All right, Skellige again. I get to go second again. Oh. Something tells me it's more likely to be Eist than to be a fun-loving Shoop deck. I really hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Double? Oh, it could be fun with Yarpen, otherwise a bit too much. That does not look like a fun-loving Shoop deck. If I transform him now. Maybe Munro Bray's having charges now is actually going to matter in this one match. If it matters in one match, that's enough for me. I just need to get them to give armor to each other, so everything has armor and nothing gets pinged. Yeah, that's not great, buddies. It's not great. I see where you're coming from. Oh my god. Yeah. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. Don't hit the great sword.
What is it?
Alright, now I can kill one of them with Yarpen. Or I can hope to kill the Brockbar Hunter. No damage sound from the pings. I heard there were some noise, some sound bugs, which is to be expected. And it really takes away from the game. Like, not hearing the pings takes away from the game. Brewer Hook. Brewer Hook. Alright, win on even. Bleed round 2. Play 2 resilient cards. Win. There they are. Both of them. Mr. Resilience 1 and Mr. Resilience 2. And Mr. Zoltan. Gotta get Eist out of him. Gotta draw Eist out of our opponent. If we want a chance to win this match, which we want. Isn't that right, lads? Yeah. Yeah, I meant to click Brewer, but Paulie Dahlberg will do. Yes. Come on, boys. Shiver me timbers. He's more likely to survive. Does he get Hjalmar uncrated? He just might. Wouldn't be the worst thing. Would not be the best thing. Okay, it appears he will not be going down in a blaze of glory. Which is good to see. Decides not to give up some damage. Can't imagine why. Scared.
So, which one of you wants to die first?
You know, that actually sucks. That makes me kind of not want to play Brewer. Then again, when else am I going to play Brewer? He's still going to be 9 points and then 3 points a turn, right? It's not... He may draw out some removal. Doesn't even die to Hjalmar on crate anymore. Does die to leader, but are we gonna see Eist? We just might. Well, he doesn't die to it. He still gets shut off. I mean, it was 9 points. It was 9 points. Don't mind if I dinkus. I'm even gonna be a little bit greedy. Just a little bit. Come on, sir. What do you have? What do you have up your skeleton sleeve there, buddy? It's Sildur, Witcher creator. There he is. There's the dude.
Not one step. Need a hand? Just chop one off.
No leader, though? Interesting. Both of these cards are going to be shit next round, so like I'd rather commit them for big points to pressure out whatever these cards are, and hopefully this leader. Obviously the leader will deal with one of them.
Exactly what I'd hoped for.
Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. 43. Alright. Do the math here. 4. 35. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 43, 48. He has no passive point generation, so he has to play. Has to commit his last card. Please be Harold. Thank the Lord. We got Harold. Woo! Okay, we got Harold, we got Eist, we got Leader. We still have 4 points of resilience. Please let this be the one. Come on. Come on. I think I handled this pretty well. That's not good. Unless I draw Zoltan Warrior. Dwarves need better short round cards. Oh no. That's so good. It's so good. Damn you, Bear Witchers. At least I started the round with 4 extra points. This is not going well.
Have you seen a fuse lying about, have you?
Short round points, please, dwarves. Anyone?
God, fucking Eist. Get a move on, lads. Look alive.
Dwarves, dwarves, dwarves. Who needs short round points? I mean, this was still a 7 for 6, right? It's not bad. That power attack, 7 for 4. Xavier Moran. He pulled his weight. He pulled his weight in venison. Alright. Another close match against Skellige. This time I came out on top. That feels good. Oh, the lads. My beautiful lads. Alright, let's look at the deck. Let's look at the deck. Thank you for watching, by the way. I hope you enjoyed. Let's look at the deck for a second. Dwarves are really neat. Like, if you think I just love dwarves because, you know, dwarves are a cool race and they have cool beards, cool accents, that's not the only reason. I actually really enjoy the gameplay elements associated with the dwarves. Like, actually useful armor gameplay. And I like their slow but safe value. If that makes sense. Like, I feel like dwarves, maybe not so much the ones here, but I think Dwarf Berserker, which is a card I want to play, but it's bad. Like this in Markham Forge, you know, could be an 8 for 5, maybe more with the chariots, but it's like its base value is very bad, which is not good for a card that takes so many turns to even get to that value, you know? I think Dwarf Berserker should have 5 armor base. It goes up to 6 with Markham Forge. And then, yes, it's a 9 for 5 after 6 turns. You know what an engine, just a normal 1 point per turn engine gets in 6 turns? At least 10. Some get more. But the reason I think it would be okay for Dwarf Berserker to take that long but still not get as much value is because in many cases, you're guaranteed that value as long as you have the time. Because what are they going to do? Damage it? If they deal 5 damage to it, you got those 5 points of value, right? That's what I love. I think that's a good theme. Like, it's like they're a little bit slow. Like, they're little guys. They like to take it easy, right? But they're reliable. Like, they will hang in there till the very end. They will get you that value. It may take a while, but I mean, you'll get it. I think that's a really cool, flavorful theme. And the way they use armor, it only gets better and better. Like, it started off as pretty useless in my opinion, but it's getting better. I think Pyrotechnician uses armor in probably the coolest way in the game. I think... Let's see what else we got. Xavier Moran with the... Just that little extra point you get for playing Markham Forge when you get the immediate boost. I love it. Keeping your resilient units a little bit extra safe. Yarpen is pretty cool. Brewer. I mean, he's just the ultimate payoff. So, like, in terms of gameplay mechanics associated with an archetype, I think, like, dwarves are way up there for me. I wish they were better. And I think one thing that we've seen with relics, last patch, a deck can be really good even without a bunch of removal. And that's good because, like, when I make dwarf decks, I do not want to slot in removal into this. I don't want the heat wave in here. I don't want to put Nature's Rebukes or whatever. I mean, if they make, like, a dwarf-based removal, sure. As long as it's cool, like, not just deal 5 damage. If you got a dwarf, they give it 2 armor. Like, not something like that, but... I mean, if we get another dwarf payoff that is, like, damage or something like that, I wouldn't mind it. But, you know, this is an archetype that I really just want to slam the dwarves in there. Because that's another part of their... You know, their flavor is that you want a lot of dwarfs. You get payoff for just, you know, ganging up on the opponent, having a bunch of dwarfs standing together. Mahakam Guard, Barclay Els, Zoltan's Company to a degree, Zoltan's Scoundrel, and I guess we should mention Dennis Cranmer. Although, you know, doesn't require dwarves, but come on. Gabor, Zoltan Chevet to a degree, Brewer Hoog definitely. It's just all about, you know, these little guys, these tough, sturdy, reliable little guys coming together, working together to beat down any opponent. It may take a while, but you can bet your ass it's gonna happen. I love that. I absolutely adore that playstyle. Zoltan Scoundrel getting buffed, I think that definitely helped. I think we still need more. We still need a little bit more. I think in terms of bronzes, I think they're doing really well. I think in terms of top end golds, they're also actually pretty set. I mean, they have good cards. Like, I think the deck is fleshed out. We just maybe need a little bit more oomph to some of the cards. And I would like more ways to spawn volunteers. I mean, I know Zoltan spawns 2, Company spawns 3. You can get 1 per chariot. But honestly, just one more way to spawn them. Saskia doesn't count. Fuck you. Just one more way. Like, I know. Like, if you're smart, like if you're actually a smart player, you keep it in the back of your head and you try to preserve some of these spawners for Monroe. Or just have more tutoring and actually get him when you have the volunteers. Well, not volunteers. Roddy Dwarf. Maybe the leader could spawn one. You know? Maybe this could have... whenever you play your first dwarf during a round, spawn a Roddy Dwarf. Would that add a lot of points to a leader that I don't think is actually that bad? Yes. But it would be cool. Anyway. I love dwarves. I love what they stand for, what they represent. I hope they get a few more buffs to maybe push them into proper viability. But it was fun to play some dwarves again. I hope you enjoyed it too. Honestly, you know, like dwarves alongside, I think, Fire Sworn and anything else. I think Assimilate is getting there in terms of like really flavorful archetypes that have like their unique way of playing, and maybe at least with some of them power level is a little bit low still, but like the archetypes are getting really fleshed out and we just need a little bit more oomph, and I think we got some really cool decks. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about the dwarfs, the lads as we call them here. Do you like them or do you love them? Let me know. And until I see you next time, which hopefully won't be in too long, but I mean, I can never really tell. But until then, have a good one. And I hope to see you soon.